With Season 1, Treyarch increased the difficulty of Exfils, and apparently, especially the Final Exfil. So let's jump in game and see just how much they changed it. And for today's game, we're going to be using the Haymaker with slug rounds. I've heard the shotguns, and I think through my limited experience, I've heard shotguns are pretty terrible, but we're going to see, we're going to double pack punch this and use our epic Aether tool on this right away, and we'll drink all of our perks here too, and we'll see just how good or bad this shotgun is. Although I have no doubt it's tier 1 with a double pack-a-punched epic. Yeah, it's gonna be just fine for now. It appears that somebody already called in the Exfil, and from what it looks like there's a decent amount, but it still feels pretty low. But there are manglers now, which is different. Now, to be clear, I doubt they're really gonna get back to what they had at launch, but I really want to see just how many more zombies there are. If we really get those hordes of what we had before, even a little glimpse of it would be nice. And of course, we're barely not even 5 minutes into the game, so as the game progresses, we're hopefully gonna get even more zombies. Ooh, there's dogs now. Okay. Dogs are definitely new. Definitely still doesn't feel all that great in terms of the quantity of zombies, at least just 10 minutes into the game. Although it does feel like in the past, I feel like you could clear out the horde and then exfil, but these past couple exfils, I've noticed that it still goes on. They still keep spawning even when the timer is counting down. So maybe that's a little bit better, keeping the tension a little bit more. That mangler's just walking in the air. So I've definitely noticed that in my exfils lately, like it just keeps spawning in zombies even when you're supposed to be on the plane. Like you can't really clear the area first. So I mean, that counts for something. Now, in addition to the exfil changes, I see here in the patch notes it says increased enemy spawning for Outlast and raid weapon stash. Now, to me, that means they added even more zombies, even more enemies for the Outlast and the raid weapon stash contracts. And I gotta say, these two contracts were some of my favorite ones before the update, so let's see if they're even more intense. And I don't know how to feel about this Haymaker just yet. Well, we're halfway through, and I feel like we've only gotten like 5 zombies at a time, so this feels worse, not better. Yeah, this feels really bad. This is just terrible. This is a tier 2 contract. This is our first mangler, and we're at 94%. That's insane. That was really sad. Those are some of my favorite contracts to do. Let's try out this Outlast contract and see if this is any better. Now, I know they nerfed it so that the zombies don't continuously spawn as you decrease the percentage of the PND, but yeah, I think these patch notes are wrong. I think they meant decrease the spawns of enemies, which is pretty disappointing. Yeah, this is crazy slow. I mean, you get a little boost here at the last like 5%. Like this is a good amount of zombies, but there's like 2 seconds left. And look at that, we're done. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Oh, and the manglers are all disappeared. Cool. Wow, that was really disappointing. But we are about 20 or 25 minutes into this game, so let's see how these exfils look now. Are they any better? Any more zombies? Well, it looks like there are like more zombies, right? Like technically more. To be fair, it looks about like a good horde from like a round-based map. It looks like a good 24 or so. There you go. There's a good little line of them, but still, it's not as much as what we did. And maybe that's an unfair expectation to have, but like they really spoiled us at the launch of this game, man. Having those hordes of zombies was just so magical. They definitely continuously spawn more, without a doubt. That's definitely something different. And I think that's a really good change, honestly. That way it makes it more of a fight on the helicopter rather than just clearing the area and being like, okay, we can go now. The dogs and the manglers definitely add a little bit of stress and raise the stakes a little bit. They kind of force you to play in a different way, which I definitely like. But we've also seen, you know, in Cold War and even Vanguard, a little bit of boss spam, and I'm not the biggest fan of boss spam. I really enjoyed the zombie spam though that we got in the earlier part of this game. But something else I did want to check out here. That was about 21-ish minutes when we got done with this exfil. I think they stealthily changed when these things respawn. So we're going to kind of just sit here and see if this respawns anytime. Aha! They did change it. It's definitely not been 2 minutes. It's been like 30 seconds or 45 seconds if that. So if you're still disappointed by the amount of zombies here at the Exfil, know that you can actually more frequently call in these Exfil helicopters now, which is probably a good thing because there have been a couple times at the end of the game when I'm running for like, not the final Exfil, but one of the last Exfils that aren't consumed by the storm, and somebody else activates them first, I know, oh, 2 minutes, that's gonna be a long wait, and hopefully the storm doesn't get there, but now it seems to be only like 45 seconds or 30 seconds, so that's actually pretty good. And you know what, especially with what we just saw from the weapon stash contracts and the Outlast contracts, this is still definitely a good contender for camo grinding for sure. Now, especially with the whole nerf or buff to the timer that it takes to respawn this, it's definitely a viable strategy again. Oh, and if you need mangler kills, this is definitely the way to get mangler kills now. Fun fact though, this haymaker is fully automatic when you pack-a-punch it, which is pretty fun. Yeah, this double pack-a-punched epic haymaker is garbage. It is not doing anything to these boss zombies here. I don't know if it's the slug rounds, if I need to like put on the regular just normal shotgun pellets, but it's not great. Like this unpack-a-punched Renetti, this blue Renetti is doing more damage more quickly than that stupid haymaker is. That's crazy. They really said Cold War shotguns never again. All right, well, we got 7.5 minutes left. There's still plenty of time for some bad decisions, so let's just go on into tier 3. A lot of people saying tier 3 is a lot harder now solo, but I gotta say, I don't feel any difference. Like, yeah, they nerfed the decoys and whatnot, but like, it still feels just as easy. Look at that. This is a terrible shotgun and we're still killing the hellhounds here. We're gonna do a nice little drive-by like we always do right here. Jump around. Oh, there we go. And, you know, logically speaking, if they nerfed the spawn rates of these Outlast contracts, doesn't that mean they made the tier 3 Outlast contracts easier? Look at that! A gold weapon right there in a duffel bag. Man, this gun sucks, man. This gun sucks. Never mind, I ain't doing that. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Not with the haymaker, we're not doing that contract. I mean, that's just abysmal damage. That's just terrible damage. So many other weapons, all the ARs and SMGs do more damage than that. Now, I just missed like all those shots there, so that's a bad example. All right, the Aether Storm is spreading. So this is about where most people will exfil. Once the storm starts spreading, people are like, all right, I'm out of here. So let's just see how many there are. Well, that's definitely a lot more than when we started with. This is a lot better. Well, I mean, it's better. It's better. It's better. And they respawn really quickly too, which is nice. Ooh, he dropped quick revive. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's okay. All right, that's back a little bit. I like that. That's some good stuff. Look at that. Look at that crowd right there. Isn't that great? I mean, again, it's nothing like it was at the launch of the game. The launch of the game was insane, but this is definitely an improvement. Look at that. There's so many zombies. Like, if I was actually trying to explore right now, I might have a little bit of a challenge. Because, like, it's still, you got 12 seconds left, and you got all this hordes of zombies right here still. So, this is definitely increased for sure, thank goodness. The manglers are definitely demand your attention, which is actually really nice. It feels like a fight. It feels like a fight. So that one of the reasons why all of those zombies at the Exfil, oh, he's on the helicopter. He's shooting me from the helicopter. Look at that. Here it comes. Oh, boom. Mangler's getting out of here. One of the reasons why the Exfils were so fun and why all of those zombies were so fun to fight, well, one, it's just fun to fight all these zombies. It's really good. But also it was kind of the story, you know, like you had finished all your stuff, you got all your great, amazing loot and whatnot, and then you were exfilling, and oh man, you had one final challenge to defeat, and that was really fun. And so with the gas expanding, I imagine the final exfil is going to be over here somewhere, maybe in the farm area. So I'm going to start making my way over there. Every time I use one of those Aether Rifts to parachute, I always think how beautiful this map really is. So much detail. It's incredible, man. It's wizardry. All right, they took away that exfil. They're about to take away this exfil any moment now, so we're gonna see where Final Exfil is. Well, actually, no, these guys are on one of these exfils too. But once these guys leave, it's just us. All right, that's it. The Final Exfil. Oh, it's way up there. I've never been to that exfil up there. Yeah, I can't say that I've really ever even been to this side of the map. I mean, I've been in this area of the map before, but never on this cliff. This is actually a really pretty area. Look at this. This is nice. So I don't know. We don't even call this in. We just like let it happen, right? We got 3 more minutes of this. Now their exact wording in the blog post was all exfils will increase the number of enemies spawned, which we saw, with the final exfil receiving a significant boost to enemy count and enemy types. We did see an increase in enemy types with the other exfils as well, but let's see if there's any special twist here. Ooh, aha, we've got ourselves a disciple. We got ourselves our manglers, of course, and a decent amount of zombies as well. This is actually pretty nice. All right, 2 minutes left. We've got this. Look at all the zombies. I mean, it's still not as much as we used to, but ooh, let's insta-kill. Let's do this. Let's do this and then Tesla storm these guys. Oh yeah, isn't that awesome? Lots of disciples. I mean, I guess the disciples are the big twist for the final exfil here, which is not bad. It, you know, it enhances the zombies, makes them a little bit more formidable. Got a nice countdown here. I think it is just us on the server. Yeah, it's just us on the server, so we should be all good to take this. Now, just like with the other exfils, I don't think there's going to be any way for us to really clear these out, so it's just going to be a fight to keep your spot on the airplane, especially with all these manglers. As we saw, the manglers can get on the exfils. I think I'm going to use one of my Casimirs because this is getting pretty intense. The big difference I feel is really just them constantly spawning. Like, I feel like even though the number isn't all that much, it's the fact that you kill some and those immediately respawn. Ooh, let's do this. There we go. That's good. And how much time we got left? 14 seconds. All right, well, let's make our way here, kill the bosses that we can, get these guys off of here. I'm gonna toss one of these guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, and that should do it. That was pretty fun. That was nice. And here comes the storm. It's right here. Let's go. Beautiful. Look at that. I mean, they were definitely more intense, and I think they do serve the purpose of having that intense final battle. As you saw just there, that was a lot of zombies. It was pretty overwhelming. I used a Casimir, and you know, if I didn't use that Casimir, it would have been a pretty tense situation. So that definitely has that benefit. But unfortunately, it is still nowhere near what we got on launch. Now, if you don't remember, or if you've just never experienced the exfils at the beginning of the Modern Warfare 3 lifecycle, it is indescribable how many zombies that we had to fight. In fact, if you're curious about it, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.